Hello, everybody. Looks like the gauge says it's empty. Let's take a walk into the kitchen and see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. We got us a special beer here. This is the Fuller's 2014 edition of their Vintage Ale. They've been doing this beer for quite a while here, guys. This one was sent to me by Sarah. Uh, the letter she sent here says, brewed once annually with the year's finest malt and hop varieties, the unique flavors of each vintage evolve as this bottle-conditioned beer ages for up to 10 years, allowing for an excellent vertical tasting experience. In case you wanted to have 2 different years or whatever there, guys. According to what I've read, it was first released in 1997. So they've been doing it for quite a while. This is the 2014 edition. It says here the 2014 edition, and 2014 edition ale features a dense palette of marmalade flavors and toasted almonds with tropical fruits and coconut coming through the nose. And this page here says it's won quite a few awards: gold medal, World Beer Cup 2006 for Old Ale, World Best New Release, World Beer Awards 2008, bronze medal, International Beer and Cider Competition. So it comes with quite a few accolades here, guys. So Sarah, thanks a bunch for sending it to me. This was the first one she sent to me, and I've had this one for quite a while. Probably, let me see if it has a date on the letter here. June 30th. So I've had this beer almost 6 months, 5 months anyway. And it's a 2014 edition on top of that, which is last year's edition. And like I said, if you wanted to sell this beer, they say it sells very well up to 10 years. This is an 8.5%er. I don't have the IBUs listed here for this beer. I don't think it's written on the box. Comes in this nice fancy box. Very nice box. 18th edition. So this is the 18th version of this particular beer. And like I said, the recipe changes a little bit from year to year, but the ABV stays the same. And this is bottle number 136291. Brewed in beside the Thames. And they've been brewing beer since 1845. You reckon they figured it out yet? Probably so. Bottle conditioned. Got a like a liquor bottle. It's got that label across the top of the cap here. And they do some odd size or shaped bottles over there. The other one she sent me, they look like 12-ounce bottles, but they're only 11.2 fluid ounces. So they do some weird shaped bottles over there. So let's get on with this one, guys, and see what this one brings. Thanks again, Sarah, for sending it to me. We've give you the ABV and the commercial description. Says here, it's an old ale. That's the style that it's in. And food pairing: cheeses, buttery brie, Gouda, Havarti Swiss, and glass part of pint Baccaronic tumbler snifter, oversized wine glass. I got my sovereign beer glass today, guys, and can be solid for long periods under the proper conditions. So this is 2014, so it's already a year old, and I've had it 6 months. So let's get the cap off of this bad boy. Nice little hiss. I don't want this paper to get down in there. 1.09 fluid ounces. All right, good finger and a half of head on that over into the light. It is fairly clear. It's got a slight cloudiness to it. It is a rich copper bronze color. A lot of bubbles streaming up that I can see through the thin part of the glass. Good looking beer. Let's get a nose on it. Ah, very sweet malts. Wow, to me it smells like a cross between an old ale and a barley wine. Very sweet smelling. Caramel, toffee. Maybe just a hint of some citrusiness in there. But the sweet caramel malt is coming through more predominant than anything else. Smells nice. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, Sarah. That is delicious. That is delicious. And when people send me beers, I don't feel, I've told you this before, guys, I don't feel good about sticking them in the fridge downstairs and selling them for 2, 3, 5, 10 years, because you want to see the damn review on it. It's hard to tell, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, you might not even be watching my beer reviews then, or something may have happened to you or me or whatever. So I kind of like to do the beers that are sent to me in a reasonably timely manner. Even if they're 10, 11, 12, or as in the Avery beers, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20% beers. Those beers are going to keep for 20 years, guys. But I kind of feel obligated to go ahead and do the reviews on them. And some of them can be kind of boozy when they get up to 16, 17, 18%. And they're probably going to get a little more complex and a little tastier over time. But it is what it is. That's almost like a dessert. Such a sweet, toffee, caramelly malt. Very tasty. But this was an 8.5%er, guys, so I'm going to sip on this one for a little bit. Might fire up a stogie and kick back for a little bit and sip on this one for about 35, 45 minutes and see where this ends up. But right now, it's pretty damn tasty. I like it. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on this about 45 minutes. Very tasty. Very sweet malt. Nice caramel toffee flavor to go with this. Nice balance between the hops and the malt. Very easy drinking for an 8.5%. Very, very pleasant. A 2014 vintage ale is definitely a winner as far as I'm concerned, guys. Very nice representation of an English style old ale. So let's do the final chug on this one. Getting a little bit of hints of some woodiness in there too, even though it's not been aged in any wooden barrels. Oh, wonderful aroma. Wow. Very, very nice. Very nice. This is available here in the United States. I don't know if the 2014 vintage is still available. It may be. You might check your beer store and see if it is. I don't don't think you're going to find this at a Kroger's or some kind of grocery store. You're going to have to go to a craft beer store more than likely to find this beer. But it was very nice, very pleasant. I enjoyed this very much. So thank you, Sarah, for sending it to me. Very pleasant beer. And she's a rep. I don't know how far she goes out. I know she's the East Coast rep that does the Hackershore and the Paulaner and the Fullers. A lot of the beers that come from England and Europe, Germany and over there. And they do some really tasty stuff over there. They don't go wild with the hops like the Americans do, especially the West Coast style, where it's got that super piney, grapefruity, pineapple-y taste and all that. The hops they use are a little more subdued. They do work. They do balance out the beer, but you're just not going to get that up-in-your-face West Coast style to their beers. A lot of the beers use the European or German hops, Hallertau, Goldings, Tettnang, stuff like that has more of the herbal, floral, spicy hop presence than that up-in-your-face that the Americans do. So very pleasant, very nice representation of English style old ale. I enjoyed this. Very, very pleasant. Very nice. Guys, as far as I'm concerned, this is a 9 out of 10 in the style. I enjoyed this, and the sweet malt and the caramel and the toffee was just off the chain. I mean, it was very, very nice. And to me, it reminded me of a cross between a barley wine and an old ale, with the sweetness from the barley wine and the caramel and the toffee and stuff from the old ale. So, a great candidate to cellar. If you see the 2014 vintage, pick one up and cellar it for several years, and see how more complex the flavors get. I wouldn't have a problem at all buying this beer and doing exactly the same thing, selling it for 3, 4, 5, maybe even 10 years, and could even do a vertical. Grab a 2014 edition and maybe grab a 2017 or 2018 edition when it comes out, and do it in 2020. And just to see how different they are and how much it's changed. Even though the recipe changes just a little bit, it's not going to be that drastic where you're going to notice it. But being more complex, the 2014 is probably going to be a little tastier than the 2018 just because it's been cellared. Just my opinion though there. 9 out of 10 for me, guys. If I was putting a numeric rating on this, guys, it would probably be between a 96 and a 98. It's pretty damn close to a 10. And if you say, oh, that's a 10 beer, I wouldn't argue with that at all. If this is your style of beer and you enjoy that, by all means, it could definitely be a 10. But for me, guys, it's a 9 out of 10. Very pleasant, very easy drinking, very nice, very well-made beer. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says it's 93 in the outstanding range. I think that number is a little low, but it's an A beer. 93 is definitely in the A category, and it is an outstanding beer. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 97 and 99 in the style. So great numbers all around. Definitely a 90s beer. Definitely one worth picking up and having on a special occasion. This is not something you'd want to go buy and go and chug it all down like you're going to do some kind of macro lager or some kind of lawnmower beer. This is a nice, easy drinking sipper. 8.5%, very well made, limited edition bottle. I don't think it's a cheap beer. Like I said, Sarah sent this to me. I wouldn't be afraid to say this is probably a $12 to $15 bottle of beer, especially in the packaging with the box and all that stuff. It costs a little bit more when they go to the extremes and write the numbers on the label and packaging it very nice. I mean, this could be a gift. I mean, you could buy this and wrap it up and give it as a Christmas gift or a birthday present or something. So, very nice, very well done. Very well done. So guys, if you've had this one from Fuller's, this is their 2014 edition of their vintage ale. Very nice, very pleasant. Sarah, thanks a bunch. I do appreciate it, darling, for sending me the beers that you sent. Very nice beers. Alright guys, let me know if you've had it. let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.